Hopefully. Alright. I can hear myself. Cool. And Sarah, can you hear me? There's always something with technology. Hey, buddy. I can't hear you if you're there. This thing says you're there. Hey, Cinder, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better compared to this morning. Alright, I'm going to post it on live. Aside from the automatic post that's on the thing called Discord. Discord already knows I'm live. Breathing easier sitting up. I totally get that. Alright. Well, technology has been difficult. But we're on now. Hi, everybody. So tonight, the menu item is spicy Cajun pork sausage rice bowls. Got the instructions here. Got our ingredients over here. And we're going to start cooking. Get out the old trusty cutting board. We're going to wash and dry some produce. Now, this meal has one of my favorite foods, bell pepper. I love bell peppers. Wash that off. We're going to dice it into 1-inch pieces. Now for dicing, I'm going to check might be able to see that from here, my charcoal knives. I don't remember which one's which. Perfect chopping, mincing, and dicing. We use the Santoku knife. No, better yet, we use the paring knife. Ideal for prepping fruits and vegetables. So, paring knife it is. Got folders over here. Make it easier than trying to figure out what's in the drawers. Alright. Can you hear me better, people? Everybody?
Can you hear me?
I hear you through my iPad. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very quietly. I don't know what, Oh,
Can you
sorry,
hear me,
Cinder.
guys? What was that? Too loud, Cinder.
Justin, try playing with the sound settings. I don't have access to them in this particular setup, but I think your microphone might be way down on the gain and mine might be way up.
Alright, hold on. So, wait, turn mine down and yours up? How's that?
I'm still having trouble hearing you, and it looks like I am still very loud.
Okie dokie.
It's okay, Oxalot. We don't blame your bad signal.
Not at all. Not at all. Alright, how about now?
That is getting better.
Well, I can't hear you at all, though, now.
I can also talk louder now that you've turned me down.
Alright, how's that?
I can hear you better, for sure.
Excellent.
Cinder, am I overwhelmingly loud?
Like live theater.
Oh no, live theater, we usually get a tech rehearsal.
Say that again?
Live theater, we usually get a tech rehearsal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every day is the tech rehearsal. Alright, so I take it that we're sounding good now, right?
I think that we are at least okay.
Okay. Sound okay is a win. Alright. Now, oh, of course I gotta adjust the screen. There we go. Oh, these past couple of days have been a weird couple of days. Day before yesterday, broke up a fight on a bus after I bought a very distraught person a meal.
That seems like not your responsibility.
It's not my responsibility, no, but I don't think about whether or not it's my responsibility until after I've done it. Because my instincts just kind of go, oh no, people need help. Justin, go help them. And then after the fact, I'm like, oh, Justin, that could have gone so poorly.
Yes.
Yeah. One of these days, I might end up, seriously injured because I helped the wrong person. Or attempted to help the wrong person, rather. Then yesterday, as I'm trying to get home, there is a person sleeping on a sidewalk, and I check in on them. And they refused any assistance, so I let them be. But aside from sleeping in the middle of the sidewalk, it's not the best place to sleep. Also seemed a bit out of it, but I can't, force help on someone if they are conscious and responding. was just very loud on the bus. And I wanted a quiet ride. Just one quiet ride. Is that too much to ask?
For quiet on the bus?
Say that again?
It's not too much to ask for quiet on the bus, no.
Yeah. Oh well. So, these past couple of days, they've been wild ones. Some say it's because of the full moon. I say that we need to have more better systems in place to help people.
But it's easy to blame things on celestial bodies.
Say that one more time?
It's much easier to blame things on celestial bodies.
That is true. Alright, after I finish chopping this pepper here, I'm going to put a headset in and see if I can hear you better. Because
That sounds like a good choice.
the iPad, despite the fact I have a microphone in my ear. A microphone in my ear. A receiver in my ear.
I don't understand the appeal of raw green bell pepper. Red, orange, yellow? Absolutely. Green? Eh.
Alright.
Oxalot, I am apparently in the minority here because Cinder said that they love eating them raw as well.
Oh, raw green pepper is so good. So good.
Oh, Justin, that's so much better.
Excellent.
I can hear you way better now. Can you hear me better?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Yeah, oxalot, I also used to hate all peppers, raw and cooked. And then something flipped about 10 years ago, and suddenly I loved yellow bell peppers.
Right. I took off the microphone and I'm just using exclusively the headset. Do I still sound the same?
Oh no, you sound much louder.
Without the microphone. I mean,
Uh-huh.
now that I
Well, I mean,
unplugged
you're
it
standing
from...
right next to it.
How do I sound now?
Also still great.
All right, well, this microphone was useless then.
We'll troubleshoot it the next time I'm there.
Yes. Whoops. Oh, that wasn't smart. I'll worry about that later. All right. Where was I? This is cut up. Now I need to trim and thinly sliced scallions. I need to stop eating the peppers.
Did they send you actual scallions?
Yeah, they always do. Unless there's like a different kind of scallion that I'm not familiar with.
Oh, but I'm thinking of shallots.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, they didn't send shallots this time. Mainly because I didn't order something with shallots in it.
Probably.
But scallions, gotta love them. Even though scallions and onions are pretty much the same, I do prefer scallions. And I think it's just because less of it goes to waste. You know, they send a little bit at a time instead of a whole head. Because they're able to send a little bit instead of a whole head. Which makes a whole world of difference.
I suppose it depends what you're making. Whenever I chop up an onion, there's very little waste.
Yeah. Usually there isn't, but then there's times where I'm making like beef bowl or a hamburger, then a whole onion is too much.
That makes sense. You could just put on a small pan and caramelize the rest of it while you're cooking.
I've done that. It's still a little too much, though. Because I only like so much onion before it's too much. Even if it's caramelized, then it's just kind of meh.
I recommend an immersion blender and some tofu to go with your caramelized onion.
Oh, see, yeah.
But that's because I can't have dairy, so sour cream would probably work just as well.
Yeah, sour cream.
Okay, maybe not. Yogurt?
Nope. Can't have yogurt, can't have sour cream.
All right.
I shouldn't have cheese for that matter, but I'm careful about that. But I do like tofu. And I want to get more of it. I just never go anywhere that has it. So I don't. All right, then peel and finely chopped garlic. So I'm going to transfer this to a plate.
Should definitely
And
transfer at least the bell peppers to a plate.
Yeah. Then we're going to do some peeling and finely chopping of the garlic. Oh, yeah.
I should give you one of the little garlic peeling tools that my mother-in-law gave us. Partner and I each got one in our stockings one year. And
Lovely.
it's nice to have two, but I don't need two. We only have one kitchen.
True.
I love that Leo is on camera today.
Yeah. Hey,
He's
buddy.
just wandering around behind you.
He is back in the dining room. All right. Garlic time.
Garlic.
This one, I'm going to use the Santoku knife on. Not just because it is good for chopping, but also because it's large. So the larger head, I guess, makes it easier to, larger blade. Makes it easier to squish the garlic when you're peeling.
Much.
Because of that trick you showed me. Make this so much easier. And once again, using the entire bulb, not just one or two, forgot the word for it.
Cloves.
Cloves, thank you. Hey, buddy. All right, Leo's eating dinner.
I once infused some oil with garlic and then cut up pieces of fresh garlic and had some pieces of dried garlic. And I put all of that together into a challah.
So I've heard of challah, but
garlic.
what is a challah?
Do you want the short version, or do you want the short version, the medium cultural version, or the long religious version?
Medium cultural.
Okay, so challah is a bread that usually braided that is eaten on Shabbat by Jews of all stripes. All Jews everywhere do challah. Sephardim usually, and that's Jews from Spain and places where Jews expelled from Spain went to, usually do it sweeter, more like a cake loaf. Ashkenazim, who are more Eastern European usually, my family, do it more of like a table bread.
Sounds delicious.
It is. I'm surprised you've never eaten my challah. We'll have to fix that.
I mean, I might have had someone's not realized it.
I mean, maybe, but I spent my entire senior year of college baking challah for Shabbat dinners for Hillel. So I got really good at it.
I'm looking forward to having some.
I actually made a friend of mine requested that their wedding cake be a bunch of my challah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I made a 5-layer rings of different flavors of challah.
All right, so I had a question for you. So as you know, I work in St. Louis Park.
You do.
And
also known in some circles as St. Jewish Park.
I wasn't going to say it, but I did think it.
That's why I said it for you.
So I was at an event at the fire station. At the fire station, there's two. There was a fire station open house for the community to come and see what they do and check out other community resources and such. So I was there representing the place I work.
Yeah, my nephew and niece and I went up the one in Elk River.
Nice.
Where they are.
So while there, I had noticed that everyone who seemed to be more orthodox in their Judaism were using flip phones like razors. I was wondering if that's a religious thing, a cultural thing, or just maybe that one group of people thing.
The short answer is yes to all of that.
Okie dokie.
So the internet is a very, very contentious issue in strictly religious circles. And that goes for any fundies. Like, I'm sure it's the same for Christian fundies as well as any other fundamentalist types. The internet has ideas. Yeah. And as a result, they're called frum Jews, will avoid using devices that have easy access to the internet. At least in plain view of everybody else. There was definitely a Satmar woman on the Judaism subreddit a while back who was like, yeah, my rabbi has no idea that I'm on Reddit and he's not going to.
I don't know what Satmar is, but I do know what Reddit is.
Satmar is an ultra orthodox group. When I say fundies, they're the fundies of those fundies.
Gotcha.
This particular woman was in Britain, I think.
That is very fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I know.
Now you know.
I was curious about that, but I just didn't have an opportunity to ask anybody. And wasn't really appropriate at the venue to ask as well.
Fair.
Plus, I was plenty busy, doing my job and collaborating with other public interests.
Nice.
And working together to talk about our resources and set up appointments to have shared courses.
Okay, remind me exactly what it is you do. I know you work in schools.
Yes, I am the adult program specialist for St. Louis Park Public Schools.
Got it. Okay.
I was there. The context of my position for why I was there was the seeking out, coordinating, and promoting community education, specifically adult enrichment, as opposed to youth enrichment, which we also have. I just don't work on that side of the field. So it was, we're trying to make ours top notch once again.
Excellent.
Because the pandemic really killed off a lot of our programming.
Yeah, I believe that.
Which is sad. Yeah. Also, a lot of people have never heard of community ed, so we're really trying to promote it, get people to come out and check it out.
Okay, so because we're in Minneapolis proper, we get the Minneapolis Public Schools community ed ads, right?
Yes.
And The thing that I've noticed is that there are a lot of really cool sounding classes, but it
Hmm.
never tells me who's actually teaching the class. And there's stuff like, native plants and how to cook them that would be extremely cool if taught by like a Dakota person. And if I
Huh.
knew that it were being taught by a Dakota person, then I would be more inclined to go.
Well, let me
But
rinse off my hands right quick.
yeah,
So, like the Minneapolis one, they don't show you who it is, or they just don't talk about that person.
they don't tell you who it is. They just
Okay.
have the name of the class and where and when it is and how much it costs, if it costs.
Yeah. A lot of our courses do cost because community education is funded almost exclusively by revenue.
Sure.
So we also get the short end of the stick in a lot of things. We're also the dumping ground of a lot of stuff, but that's another story. I never looked closely into the Minneapolis Community Ed catalogs outside of, hey, I wonder if we can collaborate on X, Y, or Z.
Well, the next time I get one, I'll save it and we can look at it.
Yeah, I actually have one.
Oh, that's right. You
It should
also
be on
live
my
in
dining room
Minneapolis
table.
proper.
Yes, I do. Plus, St. Louis Park Community Ed and Minneapolis Community Ed are collaborating on 2 courses for
Ooh.
autumn. Chinese 1, Mandarin, which is sold out, so no one else can enroll for that. Sorry, folks. And then I forgot what the second course is. It might be Beyond Land Acknowledgements, but that might be the course we did last year.
Okay. So something like Beyond Land Acknowledgements, if that were being taught by a Dakota person or someone heavily involved in like Division of Indian work, if I knew that, that would be a huge draw for me to sign up for that class.
Yes. I would tell you who was teaching it, but I do not remember. It has left my brain. It is at work.
It's okay. I am completely brain dead myself after 2 days of heavy physical activity.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is strange for a disembodied voice to be saying, but here we are.
Yeah, at least St. Louis Park, we put who the instructors are in with all the classes. And while it might not it might not like talk about who they are as a person, it'll at least have their name, and you'll be able to look more into them on our website.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Minneapolis wouldn't do that. I mean, we use the same software.
I mean, it might be online, but we get the mailing.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because it's not a bill or garbage.
Yeah.
So we actually read it.
So community education, its origins are actually from Flint, Michigan. There is a documentary. All right, so I just watched a documentary on that, and the title is now incredibly inappropriate, though it wasn't at the time.
I believe you.
The title was "To Touch a Child."
Oh, yeah, that
did not age well.
No.
Let me think.
To inspire a child. Let's try that instead.
To inspire a child. That's good. I believe the first community ed courses were in the 50s, because this documentary was made in the 60s. It was based off of a thing called Lighthouse Schools. No one can see me on camera because I'm standing up. Because there's not my face, yeah. Because schools were just empty buildings overnight. And it occurred to people, hey, we can use this space to help enrich the community better. Teach courses, help with social justice. Well, not social justice, that wasn't the word they used, but it's something we do now. So community ed came to be.
Cool.
Now Minneapolis, well, Minnesota, the Twin Cities area, and the state. There's all of Minnesota. We have really great community ed on a national level, even though we tend to be the dumping grounds for a lot of things. Like a number of community ed departments in their districts, their communications department are part of community ed, because where else were they going to put it?
In its own department.
That's what we do, because it should be its own department, but budgets are limited.
Yeah. What you got there?
So I am now taking some rice, putting it into a small pot. I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups water. I was going to wash the rice, and I forgot. So I'm going to do that now. Where
I
is...
always rinse it in my pot. It's easier that way.
Yeah. Just looking for this spatula, because it has slats in it.
You know, I've been seeing recently some, I think they're called splatter guards. I saw some at the dollar store the other day, and those would be really good for straining rice.
Yes.
Or pasta, or any of that stuff.
My former housemates have splatter guards.
Well, you can get them at the dollar store.
I might just do that.
I was there because I'm a teacher. No further explanation necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should do ye. All right, now for 1 1/4 cups of water. One. And that's about 1/4.
All right, so we're buying you a set of liquid measures.
Oh, I have liquid measures. They're just, oh, those liquid measures, like Pyrex. That'd be nice. I do like Pyrex.
It doesn't even need to be Pyrex. It just needs to be a measuring cup designed for liquids.
Yes, that would be nice.
You got a lid
All
for
right,
that?
so I do. And I'm
Okay.
going to put a lid on it after it starts boiling. I'm going to bring it to
Okay.
boil and then reduce it to a simmer and put the lid on it.
Okay, because my experience with rice has been that you always just have the lid on.
That would be smart. All right. So while the rice does its thing, I'm going to get out a pan.
It's square.
Yes. Got this as a Christmas present from the mom of one of my former housemates a couple years back.
It's a nice Christmas present.
It is. Actually, I wanted on this one. And I got to think about my pans being on my right and my pots being on my left.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah. All right, so we are using Italian pork sausage.
Ooh.
So we're going to put some drizzle oil in this pan. And then
Brown that sausage. I assume.
Well, first, we're going to check to see if it's in its casing still or not. I hope it's not. So as they send, just going to have to move the camera. Merp. All right, not in its casing. Sweet.
I swear I'll be functional enough to be in person with you again.
Okay, take all the time you need. All right, so first, bell pepper, scallion whites, and garlic. Now, as I had said before, I am kind of lazy when it comes to my scallions, and I put them all in, not just the whites. Because it still tastes great.
You know, the other thing you can do is save a little bit of the greens for garnish afterwards.
I could. I've thought about it, but it's still going in my belly, and it still tastes great this way.
It's true.
Just gonna put all that in there. All right. All right, so this is going to cook, stirring occasionally until it begins to soften, which is 2 or 3 minutes. Then we add in the sausage. So spread that out a little bit because, you know, when you just pile stuff in, it becomes a small pyramid. And you don't want that scheme.
Unless you're one of the people at the Benihana's who's trying to make the pyramids.
That's true. That's true. Oh, I haven't been to Benihana's in so
I
long.
was going to say, I have not been to one of those places in forever.
Yeah.
There used to be one on Washington. But the last time that I went, like everybody at my little grill was there on a Groupon, which is not the best sign for any particular restaurant.
Yeah, no. Wait, Washington Street or Washington Ave?
The one that runs through downtown Minneapolis by the Guthrie.
By the Guthrie.
Yes.
That one is Avenue, I believe.
Okay.
Washington Street and Washington Avenue are perpendicular, which is fun.
I mean, I live over in the maze of numbers, so...
Yeah. There's that.
You need to go to 44th and 18th. Which 18th? Which 44th? Nobody can remember.
Yeah, you got to be specific. So I used to be a delivery driver, and there's this one person. I forgot their exact address, but they gave me, like 5th Street. And I was like, cool. Should I go there? And
5th Street or 5th Street Northeast?
Street.
Or 5th Street Southeast? Because those are all different places.
They are. So I called them up. I'm like, there aren't any houses here or condos or residencies. Like, should be. So they describe where they are. I realized that they meant avenue. They're like, no, we live on street. See? And they pointed the street sign. I'm like, yeah, that clearly says avenue on it. AVE means avenue.
Where I used to work, the building had the same address as Liquor Lyle's, but Liquor Lyle's was Hennepin Avenue South.
Mm-hmm.
And the building we were at was just Hennepin Avenue. So it's 8:30 one morning, and I get a call from a client who's supposed to be at our address for a workshop that starts, in 5 minutes. And he's like, the cab dropped me off outside of a bar? Is this right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
you gotta love that.
was a fine place, but it's not where you're going for a professional workshop usually.
Yeah. Not that you can anymore, because it's not there anymore, as I recall.
I think they closed. I don't know what else has been done with the space.
I don't remember. I don't go down that way very often. I just have no need to be on Hennepin and 22nd. Washing the hands, they handle raw meats.
Always a good choice. All right, there's Lindale. There's Hennepin. There's Franklin. Women's Business Development Center.
Huh. Good use of the space.
I guess so.
So I used to work over there, across the street at Hollywood Video.
Yeah, that's definitely not there anymore.
Yeah, the entire space has been remodeled completely, torn down and built back up.
Looks like the Masons are over there now.
Oh, the Masons have been there since at least the 90s. Definitely longer than that. I just only remember the 90s for that area. I grew up over there. One of the many places where I've grown up. So I used to live over there.
Sure.
Which is why part of the reason why I ended up working at that Hollywood. Because that Hollywood before that was a tidal wave, which went out of business in the 90s. But I used to go there all the time to hang out. And then it became Hollywood. And so I'd go there on occasion to hang out. Because that's what you did. You went to video stores.
I'll believe you.
Yeah. The 90s were a different time. I sometimes miss it because of nostalgia purposes. Whoops. Oh, there goes some good veggies on the floor.
I would say that Leo could have them, but he really shouldn't have veggies.
No, he shouldn't. I don't think he actually likes veggies. He's never gone after any before.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I know some cats who do like veggies for unfathomable reasons.
Like humans, cats are weird.
It's true. It's very true.
Unlike dogs, cats aren't quite domesticated. They're only pseudo-domesticated.
That doesn't mean that you should let your cats run around outside, folks. Please.
Agreed. Don't do it.
They come to my yard and bang. It's loud and obnoxious. And that's on top of them murdering all the wildlife.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. The wildlife part.
But see, the cat screwing in my yard affects me.
Yeah. Star Trek has been on the air for almost 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 66 plus 60 is
3 more years.
3 more years, yeah.
I was going to say, it's not quite as old as my parents.
No. So, we are in a Star Trek renaissance, which is great. We get a lot of new Star Trek, which is great. Even if I'm irritated at Star Trek, you know, the first 2 JJ movies, I don't outright hate it. I will complain, because that's what fans do. But I won't go to like the toxic part that a lot of fans are doing these days, because it's well, I shouldn't say these days, because there used to be a lot of hate for the next generation when it started out.
Uh-huh.
But now on YouTube, Paramount has been releasing what's called very short tracks.
Okay. Are
So
these
they're
like supplemental the way that Will Wheaton's behind the scenes show is?
not at all. They are little one-off adventures in the style of short tracks, but animated in the style of Star Trek the Animated Series.
Not lower
back
deck.
from the early 70s.
Interesting.
And I'm like,
You
okay,
guys have
cool.
a modern animation studio, though.
Yeah. But I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. That's a nice little throwback.
Yeah.
But then they go and do some white right-wing boomer nonsense.
Uh-oh.
Like the first episode is about political correctness gone too far.
Have you guys met Trek?
Yeah, that was my reaction.
It's the reaction
And
of
it doesn't
most
get any
Star Trek
better.
fans.
Yeah. And it just doesn't get any better from there.
First interracial on-screen kiss, and you're worried about political correctness.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been incredibly disappointed by very short treks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Don't know what they're... And they bring that on and talk about how great animation is, and they got rid of Prodigy. Star Trek Prodigy was great. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but that's because it was aimed at a younger demographic. It's literally a kid's show. They took it off the air, and then they put this right-wing drivel on instead. So just extra pissed. Paramount.
And Dan Hagman
You
was involved, and they...
don't know who Dan Hagman is.
I'd have to make sure that I'm connecting my brain with the right people.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, Troll Hunters.
Troll Hunters. That's a kids movie, right?
It's a whole series. Very good. In 2014, the Hagemans were hired by Guillermo del Toro and DreamWorks to serve as writers and co-executive producers of the animated series Troll Hunters Tales of Arcadia, for which they won a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Writing.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh. It was a very good show.
I have not heard of it.
Anton,
I think I was just thinking of Trolls.
No,
Anton?
the guy who played Chekhov in New Trek. The
Anton
one who died
Yelchin.
young? Yeah, Anton Yelchin. He was the voice of the main character.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
15-second rule. Go, 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 go. I don't actually know what you dropped.
Drop the ball.
Oh, just an empty bowl?
Yeah.
That's better than if it were full.
Yeah. All right. So it's almost brown and cooked through. The rice is done, so I've taken it off the heat. I turned off the heat. I meant to take it off the burner as well.
It's a gas stove. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So one of the things at the fire station was a booth called Electrify Your House. What it was about was turning your house all electric, getting rid of the gas appliances.
It's a direction we probably should go.
Yes. But when I went there, I was kind of tired. So I was thinking about my house. I was like, but isn't everything in my house electric now? Because the last thing in my brain was the water heater. Because I just replaced that with an electric one. And then we were talking, and they showed me an induction stove. I was like, what kind of stove do I have? Oh, that's still gas. Oh, wait, my dryer is gas too. Oh, no. So I've got a while yet before my house is fully electrified.
Yeah, someday they'll give us subsidies for it.
Yes. Like solar panels. Oh, I so want solar panels.
You can probably get solar panels, and now would be the time to do it.
Yeah. Now is the time I'm supposed to look into them, in fact. I just couldn't last year, when I moved in because of the water heater.
Yeah.
But now that it's a year later.
Let me see if the guys who did our roof do solar panels. Because we just had some guys redo our entire roof.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
They did a very good job.
Excellent.
And
Glad to
several
hear.
of our neighbors actually hired them to do other jobs.
Oh, very nice.
It's kind of funny. You just kind of watch all of their signs pop up in the yards like little wildflowers.
Yeah.
Services. Roofing.
All right. The meat is almost cooked through. Be just another minute. Then we'll move on to the next step, which is adding the blackening seasoning.
What do they have to season with for a Cajun rice bowl?
Blackening spice. Literally is what it's called, blackening spice.
What's it smell like?
I haven't opened it yet. I was going to wait till I'm ready to put it on this.
Mm.
Also going to be using some tomato paste and some chicken stock.
Okay.
So the one thing that I haven't figured out, well, there's many things I haven't figured out, but the one thing that I haven't figured out that's on my mind is how they decide which stock to use with which meal. Because they've sent beef stock, and they've sent chicken stock, and they've sent vegetable stock. But I can't seem to figure out a pattern for which stock goes with which meal. Like I just have to wait till I get the recipe.
So beef stock will give you a deeper umami flavor. Like chicken stock is going to be your basic, hey, I want to add umami to this. Let's go ahead and do that. Veggie stock is going to give you a lighter and more varied flavor than chicken stock will on average.
Mm-hmm.
And beef will give you that deep, deep umami flavor. Since I'm allergic to beef, I tend to use mushroom stock if I need to do something like that. Like I'll straight up just reconstitute some shiitake mushrooms and call the liquid good.
Nice. Mushroom, snake, a snake. Oh, it's a snake.
My cousins. So I went to another cousin's wedding this summer, which was part of why I stopped coming over to your house. And at the rehearsal dinner, there were 7 of us born in 5 years.
Yeah.
And the 3 oldest, me and these other 2 cousins, were sitting next to each other and hanging out because we haven't done that in a while. We also later that night went to a strip club for karaoke, but that's not part of this story.
Right.
And the 2 of us immediately got the reference when somebody said the badger, and the other one was like, wait, were there mushrooms involved in that? Or no, were there snakes involved in that? I was so confused. Why were you saying snakes?
Oh. That is what, 20 years old now?
At least.
Weevil just released a video about it, the anniversary of it.
Let me look at it.
Yeah.
Badger, mushroom. You said Weevil just released a video about it?
Yeah, within the past couple months. It was on YouTube.
There's a Know Your Meme page.
That makes sense. It is a meme. It's memorific.
Yep, 20 years old, September 1st, 2003.
Yep.
Published on Newgrounds.
Yep. Oh, Newgrounds, what a sight.
Yep.
You can get so many things from Newgrounds. From the wholesome to the pornographic. And everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tomato paste.
Anyways, it doesn't look like the guys who did our roof do solar, but I'm sure you can find somebody.
Oh, probably. A friend of mine works for Excel, so I'll just ask him. about rebates and
Nice.
if there's like affiliate people I should talk to. All right, blackening spice.
You should smell it first.
Smells kind of like cumin. I think that's a cumin smell.
I would guess paprika and cayenne as well.
Probably.
Which means you probably want to add more pepper and cayenne for your own purposes.
Yeah, that's a little bit of cumin in there.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think paprika doesn't smell like cayenne.
Interesting. You probably want to
it
add
could also
cayenne.
be masked. I believe there's rosemary in here from a visual inspection.
Oh. Oh, hey, you want me to bring you some rosemary from my parents' house at Thanksgiving?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
They have literal hedges made of rosemary all around their house.
Nice.
So Mom likes to make this little hors d'oeuvre at Thanksgiving where she cuts up one of those crescent rolls, sticks a piece of brie in it, and melts that, and then puts a little bit of like a jelly and then a sprig of fresh rosemary on top.
What did you say I should add to the blackening spice?
I think you should put cayenne in it. I think you'll like that.
I mean, I probably will because I like cayenne.
Yeah. And just some black pepper.
I have some black pepper. All right, let's see. Here it is. A little bit of black pepper.
I think you'll get more of the spicy that you want from doing that.
You know, it occurred to me, not once in here did they say anything about adding salt.
Was the sausage pre-spiced?
Must have been. Oh, correction. Add a pinch of salt to the water when you're making the rice, which I don't do.
Oh,
aside from that, they haven't put anything about salt and pepper in here. Oh, no, wait, here it is. Last step of the recipe.
Salt to taste.
Taste and season with salt and pepper.
There's probably salt in the blackening spice mix.
Probably. All right, anyway, I'm supposed to be stirring this, not letting it just burn. This is not a disco inferno after all. Burn, baby, burn. Disco inferno. I cannot get that high note. That high note is too high for me. Anyway, how was your New Year?
It was good. We're still in the middle of the cycle with Sukkot, so it's just a really exhausting month.
I can only imagine.
Because you start the previous month, right? So you start in the month of Elul with all of the pre-work, like, all right, we're going into this major introspective week and a half that culminates in a major fast day with all of the wrappings that go along with that. So you kind of sink a little bit into it you're supposed to sink a little bit into it every day. Sephardim say slichot every day. It's a whole thing. And then Rosh Hashanah hits and it's like, yeah, we're here. Woohoo! We got it. And there's apples and honey and it's celebratory. And then you spend 10 days considering your own mortality.
Wait, is that where the phrase apples and honey comes from?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Is it a phrase for things other than Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah. It just means new times or good times in the context that I've heard it before.
Oh. Are you not thinking of milk and honey?
You know, I might be,
Okay.
but I could have sworn I've heard apples and honey.
Okay. Well, apples and honey are traditional food on Rosh Hashanah. But then, you spend 10 days considering your own mortality and whether you've made right with the people around you and with whatever divinity you personally ascribe to. Then Yom Kippur is sometimes called a dress rehearsal for death.
So that sounds like living as a person with anxiety and depression, except ritualized.
Yes. And wrapping it in the ritual can help.
Yeah.
Some years, because then there's a defined end to it. And the defined end is very joyous. The whole ending service at Yom Kippur is beautiful and wonderful. Breaking the fast with the people around you is marvelous. I made 3 challah and they all went. And then the week after Yom Kippur, not even a week after Yom Kippur, you're supposed to have your sukkah up and go live in it for a week.
And what is that in this context then?
A sukkah is a temporary shelter that you build in a specific style with the natural roofing that doesn't fully cover everything. And
is that also used in weddings?
No, that's a chuppah.
Okay.
Similar but different.
Yes.
The chuppah it's open on all sides. Like, it's supposed to symbolize the home that you and your beloved are making together, but also, like, as part of the wedding ceremony, you're including your community, your friends, your family in the home that you're building together, sort of an it takes a village kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
A sukkah has absolutely nothing to do with weddings. You build them on Sukkot, which is the name of the holiday, and they're supposed to have 4 walls but no door. And they're supposed to have natural dead material on top. So, like the Chabad over at the U of M, they've got a set of wooden slats that they use. Ooh, I could hear that one from here.
Oh, yeah, that was my neck.
Yeah, I know. My neck makes the same sound. But my girlfriend and I spent today bundling up yard waste and putting that on top of my sukkah.
All right. I'd asked about the wedding thing because my ex-sister-in-law is Jewish, and at their wedding, they had the, I forgot the name already.
Chuppah.
That, yes. Also jumped over the broom. So, doing a little bit of both.
You know what? It is one of the things for Sukkot is you're supposed to invite people into your sukkah. It's a blessing to have guests in your sukkah. So how about you come over sometime this week and I can show you my wedding album and tell you about Jewish weddings. I would
love that.
Let's see. I am busy Monday and Tuesday. But and Wednesday's D&D. But if you wanted to come out, well, you also work during the day, don't you?
Yeah, I work noon to 8:30.
Well, if you wanted to come over in the morning, do like a kind of breakfast thing.
That'd be great.
Then you can just hop on a 21 to get to work.
All right. So what I did here was added in the stock, 1/3 cup of water, and then it's supposed to have a cream base in there, and I don't use that stuff because I can't, and I also think it tastes gross. Also, I can't. So I put some butter in instead. And then I just wait till it's thickened, so it's nice and thick. I'm going to be putting it in, oh, please don't fall in my ear. There we go. Put it in the bowl here. So get some rice.
That's my best attempt at a drum roll. Sorry.
Now you're good. I also need to work on getting up earlier in the morning, but not too early, because I got up early on Thursday.
Yeah, and then you're tired. You can't get through your workday.
Yeah, but also I was late for work because I was too early.
How?
I didn't give myself enough time to get to work.
Show it off for the camera.
All right, so get this out of the way as well. All right. So this is the spicy.
There we go.
Spicy
That looks really good.
Cajun. What do I just call it? Spicy Cajun pork sausage rice bowl.
All right.
Yeah. Going to give it a moment to cool. I'm going to adjust the camera. Oh yeah. Oh, sitting down is nice. There we go. All right. Now, let's see how we did.
And survey says
It's good, but needs a bit more seasoning. I think I under-seasoned it.
Let's see, cumin, various peppers, salt.
Because I can taste the strongest flavor is the sausage itself, followed by the rice.
Okay. So maybe a little bit of salt to just enhance everything.
Now, I'm going to do an experiment here.
Ooh.
I got from my mom some Maldon smoked sea salt.
Ooh. That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
And a salt grinder?
Yes. This is Flat Iron Pepper Company chili pepper grinder.
Okay.
Oh, should I wash this before I put the salt in? Yeah, it's salt.
Is it raining again?
Was it raining earlier?
Oh, yeah. Poured this morning. I was out working in the pouring rain.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I knew that. I woke up to it.
You could also probably just sprinkle a little bit of it with the big crystals and stir it up.
Yeah. But, you know, might as well do both here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got this from my mom for my birthday / housewarming.
Wait, when was your birthday?
May 12th.
Okay, so this isn't new. Good.
No. Yeah, no, you were in, you just got back from Japan.
Yes.
Like 2 days before, I think.
No, I remember. I was like, I really want to go, but also I need to not.
Yeah. And I was like, don't worry about it. All right. I'm just going to put a little bit
Sprinkle, sprinkle,
straight
sprinkle.
in. There we go. All right.
Oh yeah, it is coming down out there again.
Explains why it's feeling cool in here finally. Mm.
That was it?
Yep, that was it.
Okay.
So it added in a bit of that smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
The salt can't taste like the salt adds salt, but it does help enhance the other flavors.
Yes.
So it tastes like
The sausage tastes like better sausage. And the
it
rice
does,
tastes
yeah.
like better rice.
Yeah, it tastes like you're getting together with people for a meal and you're having an an excellent meal.
I'm glad you made an excellent meal then.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was the way to go. Mm. I wish I could share this with all of you. Have you all over, have some dinner, sit around the table. I'm
Someday
just doing that. We can do that.
when you're a famous streamer, we can charge $150 a plate.
Hmm. That is the thought. That is the thought. Become the next Anthony Bourdain, Justin E. Bourdain. Oh yeah, this is good.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. This has been an excellent meal, and I love cooking with y'all. Hope you tune in again next week. I forgot to look up what the options are, so I'll have to put that in the Discord. So I'll do that soon. All right. Thank you all. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
And you, Justin.